Okay, I'm finally doing it. My hot roll tutorial. I'm not professional by any means. I'm just going to show you what I do to get ready in the morning. I left my hair to itself last night. I let it dry naturally, so I woke up as a furrow baby this morning. This is the hot rollers I use. Super cheap set from Target, nothing fancy. I do recommend that you get the larger hot rollers. The bigger you do, the smoother your curls will be. If you get the smaller hot rollers, you're going to look like Shirley Temple or a poodle or something. I've done it. It's not pretty. Okay, so here I go. You can time me if you like. I tend to just section off my hair and grab a chunk. There's no scientific method to this, and those who are professional hairdressers are probably wondering, what the heck is this girl doing? I have noticed that when I roll my hair under instead of doing it like this, rolling it up, it helps to keep my hair smoother, and then I don't end up with a bunch of like kinky bumps on the top of my head. The first hot roller set I ever used was my mom's from the 80s, and it was hardcore plastic with like the spikes on it, and it would burn the bejeebers out of your finger when you used it. And that's where I first used my my first try with skinny curlers. It was not pretty. I think I ended up rewashing my hair. I'm all about the quick way to get ready, especially now that I have kids. Okay, here's my first layer. And this is my super lazy way because I didn't even blow dry it. And if I want a smoother finish, I will blow dry my hair straight with a big round brush. But that's only if I want to do it. I used to have pretty curly hair, and then after 3 pregnancies, my curls have, unless I put a lot of mousse in them, my curls have pretty much gone the wayside. Maybe they'll come back. Okay, so I'm just going on my second layer. Again, I'm rolling under to help smooth out my hair a little bit. I looked on Amazon, and they have great sets of hot rollers for pretty cheap. Walmart, definitely Target. And like I said, if you can get the set with one size, the larger, I think you'll be happier with it. And you don't have to get any expensive fancy set. This was Target's cheapest set, and I bought it like 5 or 6 years ago, and it hasn't let me down yet. It is a little tricky with layers. And as you can see, I'm not doing it any particular order, I'm not into the perfection, I'm just getting it up. Usually I have Liam jumping on the bed behind me, I've got Cohen trying to crawl up my legs. So I think the best thing is for you is just to play. Go buy yourself a set of hot rollers and experiment. Okay, there's my second layer. It's looking good, huh? Every time I have my hair in hot rollers, Liam goes, "No hot rollers, Mommy, I want your hair down." Okay, once I get to the top, I'm still going to roll them under, and that'll prevent having a bunch of weird kinky bumps on the top of my head. When I do roll my hair, roll the curlers up instead of under, my hair does flip a little bit more, but it'll also depend on how you take your curlers out too, because if I just let them roll out, then it'll just be kind of like a nice curled at the ends. And I'll show you that. This is where it gets tricky with all my layers. And like I said, we're not going for perfection here. And as you play and explore and do this more often, it'll become just second nature to you and you won't even have to think about it. I tend to just follow my part and part it. I don't know, depends on how my curlers start looking. Sometimes I end up having to redo half my head because I missed a whole section of hair. See, I already have a curler coming out. Awesome. It just takes practice. It used to take me forever to do curlers, and they didn't even seem to be that worth it. But if you were to see me with a curling iron, you'd laugh. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't have the nice movements to go with it. I don't understand the curl. Okay, so this is my last hot roller, and lucky for me, my last section of hair. Okay, so that took me about 5 minutes. And then my head is on fire, but I'm going to go pretend to be productive for about 10 to 15 minutes. You want to let your curlers kind of to be cool to the touch before you take them out. So, we're back. Okay, I'm back. It's been about 15 minutes and my curlers are pretty cool to the touch. So we're just basically going to roll them out. Once you get the little clip out, I like to pull mine sideways instead of just letting it roll out the way I rolled it. If you pull it sideways, it has a little curl to it. So it curls the whole length of the hair instead of just the ends. So let me just work on getting these out. Again, letting the curler turn sideways to pull it out. And that's something, again, you'll just have to experiment with when you pull the curlers out, because depending on how you turn the curler will make a different curl. Whether you want just the ends curled or if you want the whole hair curled. And since I didn't blow dry my hair, what curl I have left is probably gonna make my hair look really big, but it'll settle down, hopefully, after a few minutes. Make sure I get all of them. I feel like I'm doing this backwards, looking into a camera instead of a mirror. Doesn't make any sense. Okay. And then afterwards, if I'm still looking a little fluffy or a little weird, I can go back through and just touch up a few strands with a straightener, like my bangs, which are not growing out fast enough. Okay, so here's what it looks like before shaking it. Okay, ta-da! That is how I get my hair to curl. All of you who have asked me if I spend hours curling my hair, no. Hot rollers. So the whole process, once you get used to it and figure out what works for your hair, takes about 20 minutes, and you're left with this. And like I said, if you're thinking, girl, your hair looks huge, it will soften down and it'll lose a little bit some of the fluffiness, but honestly, I like the big hair. So anyways, I hope this makes sense, and I hope you go get curlers, and if you do, I want to see pictures. Okay? So, thanks for watching.